Oh, I was just reading this story. It's about a man who has a wife and two camels, or is it a camel and two wives? Anyway, you should read it sometime. Where I come from, stories are so important. That's how we learn about what's happening in our village and in faraway places. And in my village, the best storyteller is a man named Jesus. He uses stories to teach us important things about God. Well, here he is now. Good morning, Rabbi.
Good morning, Andrew.
I was just at my mother's house. I was telling her this story. It's about a man who has a wife and two camels. Or is it a camel and two wives? Anyway, while I was there, she asked me if I would build a wall around her garden to protect it. Now, I don't know much about building walls, and I thought you could help.
Well, I don't have time to help you right now, but I'll get you started, then I'll come back later.
Well, hello, Naomi. I haven't seen you for days.
Good morning, Naomi.
Good morning, Rabbi.
And look at that festive dress.
Yes, you look beautiful.
Thank you.
Where have you been?
I've been at a 3-day wedding feast. They were all dressed in their finest clothes. Their hair was anointed with oil and styled so nice. That wedding party knew how to have a good time. It was quite a celebration.
Tell me about the food. Did they have good food?
Was it good? It was great. It was a 3-day feast. I even brought some for the trip home. Would you like some?
Thanks, but you can keep it. Speaking of food, Jesus, do you remember when the Pharisees asked you, John's disciples fast often. Why don't your disciples fast?
I told those Pharisees, the friends of the bridegroom cannot fast as long as the bridegroom is present.
There was no fasting at that wedding feast. I can attest to that.
God commands us to fast only one day a year in preparation for the Day of Atonement. The Pharisees, they fast twice a week, and they want everyone to know it.
Do not be like those hypocrites. When you fast, anoint your head with oil.
Be joyful, like you're going to a party. I even have some oil in my basket.
I'm not surprised. It looks like you have a little bit of everything in there.
Well, you have to be prepared when you're away from home.
Oh, look at this rip, and this is my favorite garment. Oh.
Let me help you with that. I have just the right cloth. Hold that, and that, and that. Here it is.
Now, that would be a bad patch.
No one sews a piece of unshrunk cloth onto an old garment, or else it'll pull away from the tear, making it worse.
Oh, looks like this is empty.
Let's fill it up with the new wine we made.
You do not put new wine into an old wineskin, because it's already stretched and hardened. It'll burst. No, you put new wine into new wineskins, and then both will be preserved.
So is he saying we use old wine or new wine?
I don't think he's talking about wine at all. Everywhere we go, people ask, what's this new doctrine he's teaching? It really isn't anything new, but it's what God intended all along.
That's right. It was the rabbis, not the prophets, that came up with hundreds of rules and regulations, creating traditions that don't even come from God.
There hasn't been a prophet in Israel for hundreds of years until now. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for something new.
Are you ready for something new? Patching the old will not do. The new wine within will be stretching your skin. Are you ready for something new? I am bringing you a new thing, causing the hearts of men to sing, revealing God's plan for redemption of man. So be ready. Are you ready? I am bringing you something new.
I could patch this old coat that you love so much, but the same it will never be. It may just be time to buy something new.
prophets of old. And the former things, they were very good, for they brought us here just as God knew they would.
Are you ready for something new? Patching the old will not do. The new wine within will be stretching your skin. Are you ready for something new? I am bringing you a new thing, causing the hearts of men to sing, revealing God's plan for redemption of man. So be ready. Are you ready? I am bringing you something new. Old wineskins will break if you put in new wine. There's no room for it to grow old. It is the sick that need a physician. To the well he does not go. To the lost and downcast sinner you must go, my love to show, so that all may know. Are you ready? For something new? Patching the old will not do. The new wine will be stretching your skin. Are you ready for something new? Are you ready? We are ready for something new. Patching the old will not do. The new wine will be stretching your skin. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Are you ready for something new? Well, Andrew, let me help you get started on this wall for your mother's garden.
Let me get my shovel.
Now, the first thing you want to do is dig down to the solid rock.
Solid rock.
Next, you place the cornerstone.
Place the cornerstone.
If you get the cornerstone right, the whole wall will be right. And when you start to lay the stones, make sure that you alternate the joints.
Alternate the joints.
Andrew, did you understand everything I told you?
I heard everything.
We'll see.
This looks solid to me. Let's get started.
Andrew, this looks sandy to me. Jesus said to dig down to the rock.
No, it's solid. Solid enough. And it's so hot today. So hot, too hot to dig.
I think you should do what he said.
Will you stop worrying? It'll be fine.
Whatever. Andrew, you're supposed to start with the cornerstone.
Will you stop worrying?
It doesn't look right.
It's fine.
It's fine? Are you going to alternate the joints? You're supposed to alternate the joints. Is it sinking?
Oh no! And here comes Jesus.
Andrew, what have you done?
Andrew's mashugana.
Am not.
You heard what I said, but you didn't do it. Anyone who hears my words and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man. He builds his house on the sand. The rains come down, the waters will rise up, the winds will blow and beat against that house, and it will fall with a loud crash because it's built on the sand. But anyone who hears my words and puts them into practice is like a wise man. He builds his house on the solid rock. The rains will come down, the waters will rise up, and the winds will beat against that house. But it will not fall because it's built on the rock. Built on the rock, not on the sinking sand. When trouble comes, you will surely stand. The storms will blow and try to knock you down. So build your life, build on solid ground.
Sometimes we like to do things in a way that is our own. The instructions are for others, those who do not know.
No disciple is above his teacher, and his disciples we are. If we listen to his words and do just as he says, then we'll go far. We will go far.
Build on the rock.
Build on the rock, not on the sinking sand.
When trouble comes,
When trouble comes,
you will surely
you will stand.
the storms will blow.
The storms will blow
and try to knock you down. So build your life.
your life, build on solid ground.
A man is wise who hears my words and does just as I say. He is like a man who builds upon the rocks. The rains will come down, the waters will rise up, the winds will surely blow and beat against this house. But it will surely stand, it will surely stand, it will surely stand if you do what I say. Build on the rock,
Not on the sinking sand.
when trouble
When
comes.
trouble comes,
You will surely
you will stand.
the storms will blow.
The storms will blow
and try to knock you down. So build your life.
your life.
So build
Build your life. Build your life. Build on solid ground.
So build on solid ground. Andrew, is there any news from your village that I haven't heard?
Well, did you hear the news about Jacob the jeweler?
What news?
Well, you know how well his business is doing, and he's always looking for a new opportunity. He heard about the tragic death of an entire family in the next village.
I heard about that. It was just awful.
Well, the family lived too far away to come and settle the estate, so they were anxious to sell it for a bargain.
I love bargains.
Jacob went to inspect the property, and he found what he thought was some abandoned furniture in the rear of the house. When he moved it, he found a door that led to a room where the owner had hidden all of his wealth. He closed the door, hid it, went and sold all that he had, and quickly bought that property, and now all of that wealth belongs to him.
Yes, but that's just earthly treasure. Remember what Jesus told us? What does it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his own soul?
Listen to me. The kingdom of heaven is just like treasure that's hidden in a field. When a man finds it, well, he hides it again, but in his joy he sells all that he has so that he may purchase that field. The kingdom of heaven is also like a merchant that's looking for fine pearls. And when he finds one of great value, he sells all the rest so that he can purchase that pearl of great price.
Hidden treasure. I know. God calls us his special treasure. He gave all to redeem us.
But pearls, though valuable, come from oysters, which are unclean. Do you suppose he's saying that even the Gentiles shall enter the kingdom of heaven?
Anyone who asks will receive. Anyone who seeks will find. And anyone who knocks, the door will be open to them. The kingdom of heaven is like a net that was cast into the lake, and it caught all kinds of fish. And when it was full, the fisherman pulled it up on the shore, and he began to separate the good fish into baskets and to throw the bad ones away. It'll be the same way at the end of the age. The angels will come, and they will separate the wicked from the righteous, and they will throw the wicked into a blazing furnace where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Have you understood all of this?
Yes.
Yes.
This should take care of dinner. I'll go cook these.
I've been telling you about earthly treasure. Now let me tell you about treasure that will last for eternity. Lay up treasure in heaven, but not on earth, where they quickly will fade.
Man's wealth fades fast, then where is your success?
Heaven's worth more than all you possess. Search for riches unchanging, riches that will not fail in this life and the life that will be. Heaven's treasure is worth more than all you have now. Search for true riches, be blessed eternally.
Like a net spread in water, brings fish of every kind.
Go spread the good news, spread it far and wide.
The kingdom of heaven has come for every man. Let us rejoice now and celebrate new life. Search for riches unchanging, riches that will not fail in this life and the life that will be. Heaven's treasure is heaven's treasure, more than all you have now. Search for true riches, find the true riches, be blessed eternally, eternally. Naomi, it looks like you're ready to do some planting.
Yes, I've prepared my soil, and now I'm ready to plant my seed. Would you like to help?
Sure. A farmer went to sow his seed, and while he was scattering his seed, some fell along the path, and the birds ate it up.
That's why I scatter straw over my seed, so that the birds won't see it. I have some seeds that I'm going to be planting.
Other seed fell on rocky soil, where there was not much depth, And so it sprang up quickly, but when the sun came out, it scorched the plants, and they withered, and they died.
In my garden, I'm careful to remove all the rocks so that the roots will grow. See?
Other seed fell among thorns, which sprang up and choked the plant, making it unfruitful.
Yes, you must be diligent to pluck up all the vines and weeds in your garden.
And still other seed fell on good soil, where it brought forth a crop 130, 60 times what was planted.
See this wheat, how some kernels have many and some have few, and all from the same seed.
Rabbi, why do you speak to the people in parables?
Well, the knowledge of the secrets of the kingdom of heaven are given for you to know, but not to them. Anyone who has this knowledge, more will be given to them, and they will have an abundance. But to those that do not understand, even what they have will be taken away. This is why I speak to them in parables. In them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, saying, they will be ever hearing, but never understanding. They will be ever seeing, but never perceiving. This people's heart has become calloused, and they hardly hear with their ears, and they have closed their eyes. Otherwise, they might see with their eyes, hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and they would turn, and I would heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For I tell you the truth, there are many prophets and righteous men that long to hear what you are hearing, but they did not hear it. Naomi, listen to what the parable of the farmer means. When anyone receives the word, but they do not understand it, the evil one comes and snatches away what has been planted in the heart. This is the seed that fell along the path. The seed that was planted in rocky soil is the one who receives the word and with joy receive it at once. But because they have no root, when worries or tribulation comes, they fall away. The one who receives the seed among the thorns is the one who receives it, but the worries of this life and the deceitfulness of wealth choke the plant and make it unfruitful. The one who receives it in good soil is the one who receives the word, understands it, and they will produce a crop that is 160 or 30 times what was actually planted.
I remember another parable that Jesus told us about seeds. Do you remember, Andrew?
I do. Listen. The kingdom of heaven is like a sower who went and sowed good seed in his field. But while everyone was sleeping, the enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat. When the wheat sprouted and formed heads, the weeds also sprang up.
I bet that farmer was angry.
The servants came and said,
Sir, didn't you plant good seed in your field? Why then did these weeds appear?
The owner said,
An enemy has done this.
The servants said, should we pull up the weeds along with the wheat?
Pull the weeds. That's what I would do.
No, because if you pull up the weeds, you might also pull up the wheat along with it. The owner said,
Let them grow together until the harvest. Then I will instruct the harvesters to first pull the weeds and tie them into bundles and cast them into a blazing furnace. Then we can gather my wheat into my barn.
It takes good seed planted in good soil under good conditions to bring forth a good harvest. In my garden the soil I prepare with such care to protect what I planted there. No vines or weeds that would choke my seeds. The rocks must go so the roots will grow. The rain must fall, the sun must shine in this garden of mine.
it takes faith for a farmer to plant a field. He depends on the harvest it yields. God sends the rain to a thirsty sea. He brings the sun to make it grow. A man does his part while he trusts in his heart in the power of a seed.
For the kingdom of heaven is just like a seed. First you see the sprout, then it grows to be a tree. But how many trees are in just one seed? That's the secret of the seed. My father planted the first tree that yielded the harvest it yields, and now trees have covered the whole earth,
and he brings the sun and does his part, while he trusts in his God and
in this garden of mine.
In my garden next door, I prepare with a field to protect what I plant.
The harvest it yields,
and God says have covered the whole earth,
and he brings the sun and does his part, while he trusts in his God in this garden,
in my garden, in this garden of mine.
My soul,
my seed,
My tree.